morning, YouTube. Matt M. Roy back again. Back to you with another vlog video for today. Sorry I didn't get to do one yesterday. I was just extremely busy. I had a couple of unexpected jobs I had to do. I wound up having to set up a computer for somebody. I wound up having, actually it was two computers, two separate people I had to set up for. I also had to do some virus removal, and Dad also needed my help for a special project, so I was really busy yesterday. You can probably see that I'm still not quite awake. Got my first cup of coffee right here. That's good. A couple more of those and I'll be much more alert. A couple things I want to update you on. It's going really well with the trailer. They are actually detailing it as we speak. They're basically cleaning it inside and out, and hopefully we should be getting it here within the week. It may not be until next week, but I'm hoping it's going to be sometime at the weekend, at the latest maybe sometime midweek next week. It just depends on when they actually get finished with all the detailing. Plus they're also putting on the new decals, because if you guys saw that vlog I did on the outside of the trailer, you could see that some of the decals had actually started to peel off, and they were very brittle. I mean, I could touch it and they were just disintegrating in my hands, so they're going to go ahead and take care of that. Other than that, probably within the next day or two, we're going to need to go ahead and head over to BJ's and purchase a new mattress. That's the one problem with the trailer inside. The mattress was very lumpy. I don't know if it's because they slept on it a lot or it was just a really cheap mattress. Could have been a little of both. But we're going to go ahead and just get a replacement. It's just a standard size queen, and we want to go ahead and do that before we get rid of the other car trailer which my dad has. He's actually going to go ahead and trade that in the deal with the trailer, but we want to go ahead and get the mattress because it'll be the easiest way to get it home would be on that trailer. A queen mattress is a little big for my dad's bed of his truck, especially considering he has the little roof, what do they call those things? Those roof haulers in there. So hopefully we get that done today, and either today or tomorrow. We're probably going to work on that. And unfortunately, I just found out Dad's decided to list and sell the Monte Carlo, so that car is going to be going within the next month or so, hopefully sooner. He wants to go ahead and get that sold quickly. And the reason I'm going to keep a secret, but all I'm going to say is he is possibly looking at getting another car. I'm not going to say what it is because I'm going to keep that a surprise, but I think you guys will be really impressed when you see what it is, because I do know what it is. But other than that, I'm working on a computer right now. Typical, right? But I'm going to go ahead and finish this. I'm running, actually, I can show you this real quick. I'm running a Memtest on this computer. This is a older gateway. When I say older, it's probably one of the last gateways they actually made. It was running Vista originally. It's got a Phenom X3 64, so this is the triple core system. It had 4 gigabytes of RAM, but I went ahead and bumped it up to 8. So just trying to see if it'll pass. The only problem is I didn't have the same speed. The original sticks in here were DDR2 666 megahertz or PC 5300. The two sticks that I had sitting around that were 2 gigabytes were DDR800s or what would that be? 6700 series. But I think it'll be okay. I mean, it should go ahead and automatically tune the speed down to the 666, but if it doesn't, I'll go ahead and check that in the BIOS. But I just installed it and I want to go ahead and run Memtest. If Memtest passes, that basically tells me that the computer was able to configure the RAM properly, and I should be good to go. Yeah, 8 gigs of RAM in a triple core system like this should be pretty quick. I'll show you guys what it's like when I finish. Talk to you in a little bit. Alright guys, so as you can see, I'm in my car right now, and I'm actually trying a new angle right now with the camcorder. It seems to be working out okay. I'm actually filming with one of the new suction cup mounts that I got the other day. This one is centrally mounted on my windshield, and we'll see if this gives a little bit better angle. I need to run a few errands. Initially, I had to go to the bank, got to run over to the thrift store once that opens, and then at 10 o'clock I have an appointment to help another friend out with her computer. Apparently her laptop had suffered some infections, And I've actually worked on this before. I was over there maybe 2 months ago, and I set up a new desktop for her, and she had me look at her laptop for a few minutes, and I couldn't find anything on my initial scan, but I only spent maybe about 15-20 minutes actually looking at that system, and I didn't see any signs of infections or anything. But now she's telling me a few issues she had. She got that one scam where she got an email saying that she had questionable content on her computer. Let's just leave it at that. It was supposed to be really bad stuff, and that she'd be reported to the government if she didn't send $200 to this agency, and if she did, then everything would be forgotten. Well, unfortunately, she did that, and it's a scam. Basically, it preys on people's fears of getting caught doing something they shouldn't be doing. But she had no idea about that. She's an older lady, so she just said to herself, oh, you know what, I better send the money and just avoid any hassles. Well, it didn't really work out that way. They wound up taking some of her banking information because she used her she actually used her debit card, which is a big no-no. Never use your debit card online if you can help it. I always use a credit card if I have to. But using a debit card means that they have access to your checking account, or basically your bank account, and they were able to make a lot of weird charges on her accounts, stuff for software online. So it's kind of a quick lesson, guys. If you ever have an issue like that, you've of course got to report it to your bank as soon as you find out, but sometimes people don't necessarily check their accounts every couple of weeks. You know, she only checks about once a month when the bills come around, so she had no idea any of this was going on. So I've educated her. I try to educate everybody out there that if you are purchasing things online, if you are doing anything online, try to use a credit card. That way you it won't affect your bank account if that information gets stolen. And as for these scams, they're getting very elaborate nowadays. As a matter of fact, I've seen one of these scams where they say you owe a certain amount in taxes, and you have to click on the link that they send you in the email. The email looks very official looking. It looks like it's from the IRS. As a matter of fact, a lot of these scammers go to great lengths to copy exactly what the IRS website looks like at the time that they send out this scam email. And what they do is they include a link, and then when you click on that link, instead of going to the IRS's website, you're going to their personal scam site, which is designed to look exactly like the IRS. And they have you follow these instructions. You give them your full name, your address. Some of them are even cheeky and asking for your social security number, and you send them a payment. They'll say something to the effect of, well, we know that you are $2,000 delinquent in your taxes. However, if you act quick and you send us $500, we'll go ahead and forgive the rest of the debt. And again, this preys on people's vulnerabilities, their fears that they're going to be entangled with the IRS, which is one of the most powerful financial institutions. So it's unfortunate that we have to deal with this, but we do. And there is a real easy way to know if you're being scammed or not, but a lot of people don't know this. When you click on that link from the email and you look in the URL, you'll actually see that it's not going to irs.gov. You'll see another website, and that you should know immediately from that it's a scam. And of course, the IRS would never do that. An IRS is never going to send you an email saying that you're delinquent in your taxes. They are going to call you. So if you ever see an email like that, any of these scams, this is the way I like to think of it. If you get something in your inbox that you think is even remotely questionable, question it. Don't just automatically do what it says, because 9 times out of 10, if it's something like that, it is a scam. And I'll be honest with you, I've never fallen for one, but I did come close one time. Years ago, there was a scam going on with America Online. If you signed up for America Online, you got like, I think it was an extra 400 or 500 hours, because back when you had dial-up, you'd have to actually pay for each hour you were online. And I got this disc in the mail that looked totally legit. It was an America Online disc. Supposedly had 500 free hours. Well, that was a lot. Back then, sometimes you only get 100 or 200 hours. And I put it in the computer, and immediately the antivirus I had at the time
flagged it, saying that this has a Trojan on it. So that made me a little conspicuous. And when I took it out, I did some research online on a friend's computer, because back then I didn't even have the internet. This was basically when I was first trying to get online, and sure enough, it was a scam. There were people sending out these fake America Online discs, and if you signed up for it, you could actually get internet. I mean, it would actually connect to the internet. To this day, I'm not exactly sure how they accomplished that, not actually being from America Online, if they use their servers, maybe use their connection information. But if you were to sign up for an account, you wouldn't actually sign up for an America Online account. You'd be signing up on their server, and they would actually steal your money. I had a friend of mine that fell for this, and basically they stole his credit information. They were able to make purchases. I think back then, the purchases they made were like on the Microsoft store. They were buying like Flight Simulator, a whole bunch of different games, and it was really amazing. It just amazes me for how many years people have come up with these elaborate scams, and like I said, they're extremely hard not to fall for. Well, I am here at the thrift store, so I'm going to go ahead and shut the vlog off for now. Go here, I'm going to head to the bank, and then we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Talk to you in a little bit. Wow, guys. It has been an interesting hour, to say the least, since I talked to you. Remember I told you guys I was going to the bank? Well, I did. I pulled up right in front, opened my door, and I went to step out, and right by my door was $40. Two 20s balled up, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, how did this happen? So I was like, I'm not just going to keep this. I got to figure out maybe who this belongs to. So I talked to a gentleman who had been standing waiting for the bank to open for about half an hour, and I said, I just found this $40. Do you know who it might belong to? And he said, well, a car had come about a half an hour earlier to use the ATM. They went up to the ATM, put their card in, but never did anything. They just took the card out almost immediately, and he said they were searching in their person's pocket for something. I'm assuming probably that $40 that they lost. So they left, and I asked him, well, can you tell me anything about it? Can you tell me the car? He's like, all I know is it was a black car. Not too much to go on. So I didn't know what to do at that point, so I decided, I waited another 5 minutes for the bank to open, and I went in and talked to the manager. I told her what happened, and I gave her the $40. I said, can you hold on to this and see if somebody comes back to claim it, because you don't know, that could be somebody's last $40. Maybe they were putting that in so they could pay a bill. But I'm going to go check back later. I want to make sure that if the person comes back that they do indeed get that $40, but hey, if they don't claim it, I'm going to be plus $40. So, you know, it pays to be kind. Always think of others before yourself is kind of what I'm trying to say here. You know, I could have just kept that money, but me personally, I would just felt guilty, because I don't know if that was somebody's last $40. Let's say that they had that $40, they needed to put that in their account so they could pay their water bill or their gas bill or their electric bill. So we'll see what happens. I'll probably check back a little bit later this afternoon, find out if anybody claimed it. But on a happier note, I did go into the thrift store and I found something kind of interesting. This is a TI 84 Plus, which I've never actually owned. This is the one model newer than the 83s that I used to have. This one actually has a semi-regular USB port on here. This, I'm not exactly sure. This kind of looks like a mini port, but it's not. It looks like one of those proprietary ports, but it's interesting. I've never actually had a TI-83 Plus. These actually came out a year or two after I graduated. I got to look up and see what these are actually worth. I gave $698 for it, and the only problem was, like most of these, somebody had let the batteries corrode. But as you can see, the worst of it is right here on this terminal, and it didn't actually corrode the terminal. It's just a little white powder. So when I get home, I'm going to go ahead and clean that out. Shouldn't take too much. Usually take a little bit of sandpaper, kind of rub the terminal, and then maybe I'll clean the oxidation off with a little bit of alcohol. Should be good as new. Well, it is getting on 9:30, and I did also get some news that the lady I was supposed to help out this morning can't make the appointment. Apparently her son fell off a ladder, is in the emergency room, so I'm going to make sure I pray for him, but we're rescheduling this for tomorrow afternoon, so I am going to go and grab something to eat really quick because I have pretty much not had a thing to eat this morning except for a few of those little gummy bears, and that was not a good thing because now my stomach's rumbling. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so I have the TI-84 Plus calculator at home. Just open a brand new thing of batteries. Let me go ahead and give it a try here, see if it indeed works. That corrosion was really, really easy to clean off. Stick those in there. You got to alternate it. That's the way they work. This last one here was where all that corrosion was, and like I said, it cleaned off pretty nice. All I needed was a damp cloth with a little bit of alcohol. Alright, this is going to be the moment of truth. Let's see if it comes on. It indeed comes on. Let's see if there's any games or anything on here. Nope, which means probably either the backup battery's dead or just didn't put any games on there. Let's go ahead and do just an equation. Do 8 times 8, 64. So yeah, I would say that this is a good calculator. I really don't have a use for it, but I'll list it on Craigslist, and I'll go ahead and resell it. So sweet, make a few bucks off of this. Nice, pretty nice shape. Let's see if it's doesn't look like anybody etched their name into it. That's important because people don't like to buy them when there's a name etched in it because they think it might be hot or something. But now, this was probably just used in an educational environment. It's got a few scratches on the back door, but other than that, it's in really good shape. So, awesome. You can see the graphing portion of it. So I'll go ahead and list this, and she looks like she's working well. Talk to you in a little bit. Alright guys, well, I'm ending the vlog here for today. Hope you guys are continually enjoying my videos. Look for some really interesting content coming up, especially with that trailer once we get it. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.